Yeah, I think good momentum. The team's feeling good. I think anytime you start putting together wins, obviously confidence gets better, and the life around here gets a lot better. That's what winning does. So again, it's a credit to our guys, the way they've continued to work, stick together, and just really focus in on the things they control, and that's getting better this week, and trying to focus in on going 1-0. This past week, I know UTEP they got a really good football team, very well coached, and defensively they did a great job. Probably a little inconsistent offensively. Had an opportunity, left some points on the board, but I thought our defense, other than they're late, I thought they played solid and well all night. Played hard, played fast. Assignments were good, so it was a good team win. Again, now it's just really locking in and focus, correcting those mistakes, and I think our team has the mentality of just trying to get better this week, understanding the opponent that we're facing.
What's the difference been over these last 3 games, you think, just in
I
general?
think again, I talked a little bit after the game. I think some young guys getting a lot of reps that are getting more comfortable as it goes. Guys starting to step up and make those plays, which brings confidence. Again, we've had not only offensively, but also defensively. We've had some injuries, so it just takes a little time of getting those guys comfortable and getting them to get out there and make plays consistently. And we've been better. We still have a lot of room for growth there. We got to be more consistent overall, I feel, as a team. But again, the energy, the focus, the way they've worked has been awesome. So we can build on that.
What have you seen out of your guys in just sort of limiting a lot of the unforced errors? You don't turn the ball over at all last week, and in a season low, 2 penalties as well. Just what have you seen out of your guys in really growing in those areas?
Well, it's something we have to grow in. I mean, those are the things that get you beat. When you give teams extra opportunities and allow them, to be able to stay on the field, and especially offensively to give them another opportunity to score touchdowns. It's crucial, and we've been a lot better the last few wins on taking care of the ball, other than I think the one in Southern Miss. But just continuing to get them to understand what helps you win and what loses, and again, continue to watch tape and see it and coach it, and they have to hold themselves accountable to doing the right things when they're in there. So it was better, much better last week. So we need to grow on that as well.
3 good defensive performances in a row. What do you attribute that to?
I think just confidence in the system. I think understanding how it all fits together, works together. We've been in the system now throughout some games and understand the adjustments, and those guys are playing hard. Again, I think everybody realizes just focusing on doing their job, getting your eyes right, plays are going to come to you, and when it's your opportunity, you need to make those plays. And I think we've done a much better job at that. We still need to do some things better at the catch point there on the back end, and missed a couple tackles. We need to go ahead and finish, but they're just playing hard.
What have you seen at this point out of FIU on film?
I think they're a very athletic team, good team speed. They've obviously, it's been a tough year. We've been there, but you can tell in those games the record doesn't speak for who the team is, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of those games that should have probably won, and just came up short. So we understand what we're getting into. Again, playing on the road and playing against a team that has absolutely nothing to lose. I know they'll be fighting their tails off for their coach, and I'm expecting to see their best. So we really got to make sure that we have a great week of preparation, and all our focus needs to be on FIU, going on the road, and making sure we play our best.
Yeah, I mean, their AD stepping down, their coaches stepping down. Does that make a team dangerous when they really?
I definitely think they're a dangerous team, especially again. We've been there. You want to dig yourself out of the hole and finish the right way, understanding that Coach Davis does an unbelievable job, and he's a dang good football coach, and he'll have those guys ready to play, and those guys will be ready to play for Coach. And I know they're going to be wanting to go out the right way, and they'll give us their best.
It seems like they've had one of the better pass offenses in Conference USA so far this year. Just what have you seen out of, I mean, starting with their quarterback?
Yeah, done a good job managing the game. You know, he can spin the ball, and he has a lot of playmakers. I mean, they got good team speed, like I said. And you know, if you're a little undisciplined with your eyes and not staying on top of routes, they can hurt you quickly, especially in the explosive games. So, you know, you got to be really disciplined, making sure you're using your right technique and assignment alignment. But they can. They're an explosive team, and at any point, they can get you.
I wanted to ask you about Gabe Blair. You know, this guy that came in as a freshman, has played pretty much all year. What have you seen out of him, and how's he adjusted?
Just getting better every week. He has, you know, just to watch the growth from week one to now is fun to watch. You know, he's going to be a great player for us, and he just needs to continue to do what he's doing. That's going out in the field and focusing on his job and working hard, which he does. He's a hard worker. He's a tough kid, extremely strong. I haven't seen very many guys at that age come in at that position and be as you know, ready as he was. Usually it takes some time. I mean, that's a grown man's position, and so he's done a great job adjusting, and guys around him, that group, they're extremely tight, and he's done a good job. Again, I know, as he knows, we'll continue. He still has a lot of room for just growth and improvements, but he's got a high ceiling. You just got to keep grinding the way he is, and he could have a special career.
The guy I wanted to ask you about was Trevion Brown. Obviously, you guys have been banged up in that receivers room all year. You know, just how special has it been? Obviously, the big catch last game, but just how special has he been really stepping into a bigger role this year?
Yeah, you know, obviously last week's play was huge, and you know, really he caught two on that last drive that were big-time plays. Week before he had 4 catches for 75, 85 yards. I think once you start making those plays, I think you gain that confidence. And we've all known since D's been here, he's going to be a great player for us. You know, he has all the talent and the tools. It's just getting out there and getting the amount of reps you need to be comfortable. Also, you know, the amount of time and practice and work it puts in to understand what we're trying to get accomplished within the system. And so I think he's doing a great job, you know, and he's a lot of those guys, they've been forced into maybe, you know, getting a lot more playing time than we originally thought maybe they would, just from a lot of different injuries. Not that they couldn't. It's just we had a pretty deep room, and obviously it fell off pretty quick, and those guys have had to step up. And so he's made some big plays. I'm excited about it, you know, how he's continuing to come along, and it started in the weeks of preparation. He's had good weeks of practice, and you know, which also helps. It's not only for him, but for the quarterbacks, you know, being able to trust and understand the timing, all the things it takes for those guys to get you the ball as well. So you got to be consistent in what you're doing, and he's becoming more of that.
What is it about him, just his skill-wise, that really separates him as a receiver?
Well, I think he's explosive and he's strong. He's a big, strong kid that can run, and he has good ball skills. You know, he tracks the vertical ball very well, which is huge in our system. We know we need to stretch the field and hit those big plays. And so, you know, he's done a great job of that, and just need to continue to keep bringing him along, and he needs to continue to work and keep making those big plays for us.
Just give an example of what you guys are looking for in terms of bringing in kids from the immediate area and having them make an impact for this program.
Who's that? I'm sorry.
Oh, Gabe.
Oh, Gabe. Back to Gabe. Yeah, absolutely. You know, hometown kid, and gets the opportunity to come and play around his family and his friends and his hometown. And you know, I think you know, it's we're excited to have him. I mean, through the recruiting process, we knew he was a great player. Had a lot of opportunities to move off and go to a lot of different schools, but he chose to stay home and be a part of something special here in Denton. So again, he's continuing to work hard. It means something to him. He has great pride for North Texas, and he's doing a good job.
Anything else? Another guy I wanted to ask you about is Tyree Davis. He's coming up on the end of what's been a pretty epic career in Denton.
Yeah.
Think about it. The guy's played like almost a decade in this thing. He's been here 5 years, and he started like at least the last 3 years, if not 4 years at Ryan. So
Yeah.
he's been a decade here. What has this guy meant to this program over that?
It's been huge. Not only, I mean, just his attitude. You know, he has a lot of energy. Brings a lot of energy to his teammates. Loves football. He loves going out there, working and competing every single day. Just out there earlier, just you know, when we go our good periods for the speed of the game, that guy's out there talking and going. And so I think he brings the competition level up around him, just the way he competes. And he knows how to poke different guys on the offensive side of the ball to get them going, and vice versa, even on the defensive side. He does a great job. And so Tyreek's been awesome, man. He always been a great guy to be around. Again, guys that love ball like that and bring that energy each and every week, that's what you want within your program.
Well, and he's done a lot of different things for you. He's played some different positions, bounced around a little bit. Has he just made an impact? We just sheer number of tackles and plays.
Made a ton of plays, and again, like you said, out of a lot of different areas. And so, and you know, he hadn't as much this year, obviously. Because of the amount of plays he gets defensively on special teams, he's made a big impact along his career as well. So he's one of those guys that, again, he likes to go out and compete, and he's made some big-time plays here. He's played a lot of ball. You know, there's never any of those moments that are too big. He's comfortable within what he's doing out there on that field, and you can tell by the way he plays. He's one of those guys that's been developed in our program. He understands what it looks like, and he's developed himself, and he's made some big-time plays.
Is he one of those guys that set an example for some of the younger players coming up through your program?
Yeah, I think him, and there's a lot of guys. I really do. There's a lot of guys that have been around here a long time with us, and he's one of them. You know, you look at a guy like Jason Pirtle. He's been here all 6 years. And the way he's making plays this year, we've really needed him to step up and kind of a little different role even at times. So guys like him, Anase Brammer, Katie Davis. I mean, there's guys out there that, I mean, they've been around here a long time that have worked their tails off to be put in a position to be successful. And all those guys I just mentioned, they love ball. They like to compete and have a lot of fun, man. It's fun to watch them go out and play.
Yeah, I mean, Tyreek's coming up on his senior. How will you remember him after all these years coaching?
I'll remember his enthusiasm for football, for life. I mean, when he comes up here, the big smile, and he doesn't have very many bad days. And when he does, you know, it's always easy to go over there and pick him up. You know, he's that's what I'll miss most about all these guys. It's the plays and the football and all of that, and we'll remember a lot of those. But you know, the relationships you build and watching guys grow and develop and mature through 4 to 6 years, some of them. It's fun to watch, and you know, you look at a guy like Pirtle 6 years ago, walking, you know, out here on the field for the first time, and to now, it's pretty cool to see just all the different transformation of those guys. And so, you know, it always comes down to this point in the year. You know, you got a couple more opportunities together. We want to make the most out of them, and we want those guys to go out the right way.